Hey everyone, welcome to another video. As always, my name is Jay, and this video is to bring attention to a Kickstarter campaign that I really want to support from Cracked Earth Studios. These guys, Cracked Earth Studios. Some of you may remember Cracked Earth Studios from my Adepticon vlogs. Basically, these people provided not only the tables for open gaming for Warhammer 40k at Adepticon, but they provided some amazing terrain on those tables. And now they're doing a Kickstarter campaign to raise funds to produce their own line of terrain. Most of this terrain I did see at Adepticon, and it's very high quality. It is awesome, has some great weight to it, and it was nicely painted. But let me go briefly over it, and I actually was able to acquire some of the pieces that they'll be doing. This Kickstarter is specifically for 2 pieces, but I'll be discussing that in a moment. So basically, Cracked Earth Studios wants to produce pre-painted and pre-assembled terrain, and that is awesome. It's more steampunk and fantasy themed, so it's not really 40k themed. It'll be much more suited for playing Warhammer Fantasy, War Machine, Hordes, D&D. It'll really suit your tabletop. And it's really awesome to have pre-assembled and pre-painted terrain, because that's not very common. And basically, you just take it out of the box, put it on the battlefield, and you're good to go. And you know as well as I do that really nice terrain really helps make the game what it is, and makes a really fun game full of adventure and interest and excitement. My battle reports are always the best when I have great terrain on the table, because it really makes the game feel as epic as possible. So for this Kickstarter, they're trying to raise funds to produce 2 pieces, but if they get to any of their stretch goals, which I'm really hoping they do, they'll produce more pieces, and all these are really nice. The first one is the Mage Tower. And it's a really cool piece, it's just a tower. And the second one is the Nomads Inn and Tavern. The cool thing about these terrain pieces, not only are they pre-assembled and pre-painted, is that they have an interlocking system, basically, where you can remove certain pieces and replace them with other ones. So you can make them more fantasy themed if you're playing games like Warhammer Fantasy, or you can make them more steampunk themed if you're playing War Machine or Hordes. Basically, there's these interlocking pegs that you can constantly remove and put in. Some of them are chimneys, some of them are just pieces of steampunky terrain, and you can make them as themed as you want, and that is really cool stuff. So as I mentioned, these people are awesome. I was able to acquire 2 of the pieces, so let me show you my review of the 2 pieces of terrain that they're trying to raise for. But as I said, if they do any more, if they get past their 20,000, which is their goal, they will do more pieces. I'm really hoping they do. So let's go check out those pieces now. Hey everyone, so here are the really cool terrain pieces from Cracked Earth Studios. These are the first 2 pieces that they're doing it for their Kickstarter, but the other pieces may be unlocked if they get enough funding, which I'm really hoping they do, because I saw most of the pieces at Adepticon and they were awesome. So here are the 2 pieces, as I mentioned. So we have the tower, the Mage Tower, and the Nomads Inn and Tavern. You know, Mage Tower, Nomads Inn and Tavern. Both of them are really, really beautiful terrain pieces. As I said, they more of a steampunk or a fantasy feel, depending on what you're feeling. They're not 40k-ish, but they're gonna be great if you're a War Machine player, a Hordes player. If you're an RPG player, like D&D players, with this tavern would be great. And obviously, you know, Warhammer Fantasy, it's about to launch again, so time to get some new terrain. And these are just beautiful pieces. Now, for height-wise, just for perspective, I'll take my tallest model, which is a Wraith Knight, and put it in. So basically, the tower is about the height of a Wraith Knight, as you can see. So I'll put these right here. As you can see, they're both about the height of a Wraith Knight. So they're both beautiful pieces. They're both tall. They're perfect for 25mm or 35mm games. And yeah, they're really nicely built. So now let's go and just show you each one in detail. But as you see, they're beautiful pieces. They're really good weight to them. Each of them, they're both very solidly built, and they're really nicely painted. They're definitely varnished, so they're built to last, essentially. And the really cool thing about these pieces, which I thought was really interesting, is the peg system. So basically, some of the pieces have pegs like this, and you can just remove them, and you can interchange them. So if I really wanted to make it more steampunky on the tavern, I could put that there. Or, you know, I could take this off, make it a chimney, and put the water thing here. So it'll add some customization, right? Each time, they're all interchangeable between the sizes, and it allows you to interchange between more fantasy-esque terrain and more steampunky terrain. So it's really cool stuff there. So let's go through the pieces in each detail. Alright, so first we have the Mage Tower, which, as I mentioned, this piece is interchangeable, so it's steampunky, we remove it, fantasy. Perfect. It is a beautiful terrain piece. It's probably my favorite of the two. I just love it. Look at the details. I'm just going to show you all the little details very slowly. Look at the paint job. It is a very good standard for terrain, people. Very good standard. And I love the little details, like the little chains with the hooks hanging off this side. The barrels look beautiful. And as I mentioned, it has some great weight to it. It's not a flimsy piece of plastic. It has some great weight to it. It's a solid piece, as you can see from the bottom. I think it's one solid piece, Crafter Studios. And just the detail is exquisite. Look at this on top. Right? And if you're a fantasy player, this would be perfect. I could definitely see this in War Machine and Hordes games, just as a terrain piece. Add some really good flavor to a battle, you know. As I said, the really cool thing about the peg system, just put that right back on. That's definitely steampunky on the top. Very steampunky thing. But look at this. So here are the details. The windows. All of the mortar. It's been painted. Like, that's the great thing about these pieces. There was not painted by me. This is how it came, and this is how it will come to you. You know, it's pre-made, pre-assembled, and pre-painted. So all you do is order it, support the Kickstarter, and then you get this in the mail looking exactly like this. I've been told like it's the exact standard that you will receive, and it looks exquisite. You know, I'm really happy with this. I think the quality is there, and you know, it's great because it's great when you just take things out of the box and put them on the battlefield and go. There's, you know, very little work to do with them. Looks good. You know, as I said, it's a terrain piece, so it doesn't have to be that crazy standard. Like the windows here. The detail's good, but it's a terrain piece, right? As long as it looks awesome on the... It doesn't have to be the same standard as the miniatures, but it looks great. It has a great color scheme, plenty of colors on it. And this is the Mage Tower, everyone. And it is available on the Kickstarter right now, and looks really cool. Up next, we have the Nomads Tower and Inn. Once again, solid. This is a really... Like, it has some good weight to it. It is a good, heavy piece of terrain. I'm just going to take off this one. I like it look the other way, so let's put the chimney right back on there. And as I said, the peg system is really cool because it allows you to slightly customize your pieces and interchange between what you want to look like. And it all fits. They're all interchangeable, so good stuff there. So right now it's kind of steampunky, but it can be very fantasy-esque as well. Like this, I could totally see this on a War Machine, any War Machine game, or you know, Warhammer Fantasy, totally. So let's go over the inn. So as you can see, it's a solid piece as well. It's huge. These parts are the add-ons. It's right there and there. But the detail is really nice, once again. As I said, for a terrain piece, it's great. It is really good. I love the look of the cobblestone. It's really nice and detailed. All the shingling on the roof. Like, it's very apparent that Cracked Earth Studios, they know what they're doing. They know how to design their pieces, and they look good. And the pre-paint in this is a great, as I said, it's a great tabletop terrain standard. You know, it's not too crazy and over the top, but it is a really nice standard. Look at these details, everyone. I love it. It's a great terrain piece, and it definitely has some weight to it. This thing weighs like 4 pounds easily, so 4 or 5 pounds. And that little door, I love the little door with the green jewel on it right there. But looks excellent. You know, it's just a really fantastic terrain piece. And this is the exact standard that you will receive if you support their Kickstarter or purchase in the future. But it's always great to support the Kickstarter, because then you're like the first people to get the pieces. And usually you get them for a great price compared to what they'll sell retail. And if we support the Cracked Studios Kickstarter and they get to their, you know, their unlocking goals, their unlocked goals are fantastic. But these are awesome too. And as I said, this is an interchangeable peg piece, as you can see. But the detail is great. It's a great piece, has some great feel, interchangeable, and the other two are fixed, I believe. Yeah, they're fixed. So, awesome. That is the Nomads Inn and Tavern. You know, it looks just great. Don't you want to have that on your battlefield? I think so. So, that concludes my review and my spotlight of the Kickstarter for Cracked Earth Studios. Go check them out. Click on the link in the description below to go check out their campaign and really support them. I'm hoping that they just destroy their $20,000 goal and are able to produce several of their extra goals, because these pieces of terrain are awesome, as you saw in the review. Great weight, great quality, great paint job, and yeah, it's just a great Kickstarter. I really want to support them any way I can, and that is why I made this video. So go check them out. You can go like them on Facebook, or contact them at crackedearthstudios@gmail.com, or click on the link below to go check out their Kickstarter. So thank you very much for watching, and go check out their Kickstarter as I mentioned. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting.